Exactly. That's exactly how the songs went. Okay, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and on my right-hand side, who just ran away after bombing the whole interview, is my right-hand man, Gabriel.
We gotta put the cat but in concrete.
And so today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Angelus Apatridida, and they have a new album called Angelus Apatridida, which is releasing on February 5th via Century Media Records. Right now I'm being joined by Guillermo to share some more information about this release, and I've also pulled up some notes here, Guillermo, about some things that these are some talking points that I'm supposed to hit today. So hopefully you're not tired of talking about these talking points.
No, not yet. Even it's like midnight here in Spain, but it's a pleasure to be here with you, John. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Great to have you on. Very excited. I love the stuff. Like I mentioned before we hit record, as soon as I heard the track, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Bleed the Crown. I heard it and I thought, gotta have you guys.
All right, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic thrash metal song, of course. This is the most catchy song of the new album. And I'm not sure if you were able to listen to the whole album. But yeah, the Bleed the Crown should be more like the catchy, classic thrash metal song.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Was there...
It's an easy one.
With the other songs, then, was there a conscious decision to make certain songs catchier, classic than others?
No, not at all. I mean, this album has been composed and written during a global pandemic, so every song is quite different from the other ones. But we decided to make "Bleed the Crown" the first single because we thought that maybe it was the catchiest, one of the catchiest, and maybe one of the more easy songs. Especially for the old-time Angelus Apatridida fans to understand the new sound, let's say, the new sound of this new album. But in my opinion, of course, there are pretty better and with more energy sounds and more powerful sounds in this album, of course.
Mm-hmm. How did that happen? Did you guys take the time to say, okay, we wrote this song, but we could make it more powerful?
No. It everything came like super spontaneously because it was supposed to be an EP. It was supposed that Angelus would have a lot of tours during 2020, and during March, of course, we all know what happened. So we decided to keep on writing more songs, and we find this new album. So we got all the time of our lives for composing this album during the pandemic, and everything was kind of natural. The sound, the energy, maybe all the mix of the feelings we got during the worst months of the pandemic last year made the album just all the sounds came more powerful, in my opinion, more aggressive, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned producing the album amidst the global pandemic. So take us through that. What was that like? How did you guys put the album together?
Well, it was quite easy because we always compose the same way. I mean, we like to compose alone at home. Every musician just at home. In my case, for example, I prefer to stay at home in my computer with my guitar, just writing music, just recording some riffs and stuff. And then we all put it together. And since we live in different cities, it's quite easy for us to use internet for communicating. So it was a pandemic, but in the end, it was quite the same. But the same way we were composing during the last years. So it was quite easy. And of course, getting together, going to the studio was possible because during the September and October in Spain, things were quite better. So it was no problem for getting all together in the studio. But now things are really fucked up again. So no, really bad in Spain right now.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully things turn around.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, because I just chatted with a band in Australia, and things is a completely different world down there right now.
Exactly. It's like nothing happens there.
Yeah. New Zealand just had a music festival with 15,000 people.
Yes, yes, and now this is the third wave in Spain, and everything is closed again. There's no bars. There's nothing. There is a curfew, like night curfew. We're gonna go now. There's a lot of restrictions right now again because my girlfriend works in two hospitals, and things are really fucked up. I mean, I think it's even worse than 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And she works in a hospital. Are you able to still spend time with her?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Cool. Now, it looks like this music video for Bleed the Crown was done, or at least it was released anyway, on November 20th. How did you guys get together to do the music video? Was that also during a time when it was okay to get together? Yeah,
more or less. I mean, things were getting pretty bad again by the end of December, almost in Christmas. So yeah, we could record this without any problem. Anyway, we're the company, so we got all permissions, we got all the the paperwork and stuff. So in the end, we all could stay together, and there was no problem. Of course, with all the sanitary hygienic measures, it's like taking care of and wearing masks, all that. But at the end, it's like we were working for the last 2 months together, so it was quite the same. Mm-hmm. There was no problem, and of course, nothing bad happened.
Right. Well, that's good to hear. Okay, I see these. I love the 50. Now I was going to call them 5153s. The EVH 3 amps or whatever they're called nowadays. Is it called a 5153?
I think yes. Actually, formerly they were called a 5150, but I think it's a trademark from BV. So I think that the EVH is 5153. Yeah, could be.
Okay. I love how you guys have the stacks running in the background. Is that your guys' actual sound? Like, is that what is on the record?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's we're playing with EVH amplifiers for already 6 years, I think, and it's the real sound of the band. And I think actually with this album is the first time that we got the real sound of the amplifier, because it's the first time that there are no reamps, there is no software, everything is microphone. And it's the first time I would say that what you hear is what is sounding through the EVH.
Okay, very cool, because just about neural DSP amp plugins are on everything coming out of metal right now. But
yeah, but this is actually one thing that we were searching with this new album. This is why we contact with Zeus, who is the guy who mixed and mastered the album. And we told him that we wanted everything like supernatural, no reamps, no triggers on drums, just like. We worked very hard for having the best sound we could and the best songs from the studio ready without mixing. So we wanted everything to sound as much natural as possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, that takes a lot of consideration into recording the drums as well, to make sure that everything is done so that you don't need any triggers. How did you guys do the drums?
The good thing with this pandemic situation is that we got a lot of time for doing this. I mean, we were recording at home. We were recording in our hometown in the studio of our friend. So we didn't have curfew. We didn't have schedule. So we could go anytime, any day. So it took like 2 months for doing this. So yeah, drums are completely natural. I mean, Victor always record as more natural as he can, but of course, depending on the time you have for finishing the album, you can use a lot of triggers and a lot of tricks in the mixing. Everybody does this. Every single body does this, of course. But we wanted this time try not to do this. Of course, the drums are edited. I mean, there are some keys and stuff there that, of course, they are move the beat. There is some addition on the drums, of course, but there's no software. I mean, what you hear is the microphone. There's no trigger. There's no software sound. So there, and the same for the guitars, the same for the bass, the same for the vocals. We're very, very happy because it took 2 months for doing this, but the result is very, very natural, and it's like this is the closer thing to a show that people can listen. I mean, People listen to our previous albums and then listen to the band Alive, and they say that the band Alive is like more. We got more raw energy. It's like more powerful some way. And I think it's because of this. It's because more this more natural and organic sound. And I think that this time with this new album, we just made this better.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are a lot of things to improve. Of course, and next time we will try to do things much better. And hopefully, we'll have more time for recording and producing this. But somehow, right now, we're very, very happy with this.
Yeah. No, it's refreshing to hear, especially in metal. Because I think a lot of metalheads don't realize just how EDM metal has become with all the software that's involved now.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, everybody can record right now at home, and now you can record with your computer. You can make a incredible sounding album right now. So this is that's why I love to watch the new bands on stage, because this is a real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And when a band is playing on stage, it's like there's no software. It's only you.
This is true. Now, is there a theme to the album? And yeah, we'll just start there. Is there a theme to the album?
You mean like one thing that connects all the songs or something like that? You mean?
Yes.
Not really. It's difficult to explain because it's the 7th album, and we decided to call it like the band's name. But no, there's no connection between songs. But the reason that they are all composed during the pandemic, and they are really full of anger, sometimes desperation. Yeah, no.
What was there to be angry about last year? I'm confused.
Oh yeah, of course. There were happening a lot of things, bad things during last year, of course. And come on, now kidding. Spain was a country really fucked up with the pandemic, and not only because of the sanitary situation, but of course, social things and political things here are really fucked up as well. I think in the whole world, and especially in the United States. Okay, maybe now they are more calm, but during 2020 and the beginning of 2021, things were really, really weird all over the world. So yeah, that's this is the main theme, I would say, about the most of the songs of this new album.
Okay, now the star. I was going to say the crown of the album, because it is the crown. Bleed the crown. What is this track about? What is the crown that we're bleeding?
Well, that's so very complicated to explain. It's a very metaphoric song. It's you can say that it's like watching people turning, like nowadays. How to explain it in English right now? After 12 hours working with my mind, with my fried brain right now, how to explain it in a proper English? Let's say that it seems like the most desperate and poor people in society are just like praising the Lord, like they don't care that the rich and the powerful and the elites are like fucking everybody. They would pray the crown. They would bleed for the crown. I mean, how to explain it really in a proper English? Shit, you got me.
Está bien, mi amigo, está bien.
Está bien.
¿Me puedes decir en español?
Sí, entenderás.
Cool.
Yeah, and this is a double sense of this song, because Spain still got the monarchy. We still got a king here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and there were some strange news with the King of Spain during last year, and it's kind of course a metaphor as well, like breathing the crown like this.
Yeah. What was it? End of 2019 or something? I'm trying to remember. There was something going on in Spain with the politics in like 2019, end of 2019.
Only 2019? Yeah, it's every year.
Every year.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think in 2019 or 2018, there was a change in the kingdom. I mean, the the song of the king now is the actual king. So yeah, and there are a lot of scandals and a lot of things with the previous king, and it's like everybody here also say it's like fuck the king, leave the crown.
Cada pinche año.
That was Mexican.
It was. How do you say fucking in Spain?
Jodido.
Oh.
Yeah, in Spain we say more or less like jodido, like that. In Mexico they would say pinche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because coger in is it coger?
Yeah, no, with coger is to take. But yeah, in South America they say coger for
yeah. Cógeme por
sex.
favor, señor. Yeah.
Sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
We say for that we say follar.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Very very similar.
I mean, we understand each other. I mean, we speak the same language, but the dialect is quite different. And of course, in South America, there are completely different words and sentences for different things. But I mean, we know each other. We understand each other.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, what else should we hit as far as talking points are concerned here, Guillermo? Celebrating 20 years as a band. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. We're not that old. Yes, we just started very, very young. Not that young like you boy, but we started playing together when we were like 12, 13 years old. So yeah, it's already 20 years that we started playing together.
Wow.
Right now.
What has kept the band together?
Friendship, I would say. I don't know. It's like we're friends since forever, and the bass player actually is my blood brother. So we know each other since forever. It's like, I don't know, we just moved with the flow every year, and just we always wanted the same things, and we always worked together. We always were in the same path and the same boat. So yeah, it's been already 20 years. So it's like crazy. I think, actually it's going to be 21 years.
Wow.
In March. Yeah, we started in.
Well, that changes a lot of things, because let's say, this year you guys are going out on tour. What kind of set lists would we expect? Because that's a lot of songs to choose from.
Yeah, it depends where the concert is going to happen. I mean, if it would be the first time playing in the United States or Canada, for example, we would try to make the most powerful short show. But if we're going to play in Spain, where we're a big band, it's like we should have a 2 hours set list with a lot of course, the songs of the new album, like 5-6 of the best album songs from this album. But of course, there are 6 other albums as well. So, well, it depends. It depends a lot. If imagine that is the first time we're going to play, for example, there in North America, because we never play there, and 20% of the crowd are the only fans of the band. So 80% never heard about Angelus before. We will try to do a show for everybody, just to dig the music and get into the band. So powerful songs, most catchy ones, short show. 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Something like this.
So it says here you guys are toured with Arch Enemy, Sepultura. Was that just in Europe then?
We played actually all over the world, but North America.
Okay.
Yeah, we play in Latin America, we play in Africa, we play in Asia, we play in Australia as well. Of course, Europe, but we never played in North America. So.
Quite the market to miss out on.
Of course, but it's the most difficult market to enter, and especially for the band from Spain. I mean, there are some people that they think that Spain is part of Mexico, actually. So I bet that they don't know that Spain is from Europe, and there are actually a heavy metal scene there. So yeah, there is a lot of work to do right now. No, it's true, because I heard this.
Yeah, you're talking about our neighbor. So I'm from Canada, And you're
I know.
currently talking about our neighbor.
I know, man, that you're from Canada. And, no, but I bet that there are a lot of people let's say in North America that they don't know that it's like a French part in Canada, like France. Okay, let's say French, but we do know this, and we do know that French is it's an official language, right?
Yes, we have two official languages. We have English and we have French, and so therefore, if you work for the government, then you need to speak both official languages. And when coming into Canada, for example, if you entered into French Canada or Montreal, they would say bonjour, hello to you.
Yeah.
But if you were entering into English Canada, which would be like Toronto, for example, it would be hello, bonjour. But either way, they can, yeah.
So yeah, we do but that. I'm pretty sure that the same people that think that Spain is a state from Mexico, they don't know that. They don't know that there is a French Canada.
Yeah, and believe me, Guillermo, I have met these people many times, traveling around my neighbor's territory, and what I will more than likely, I have not gone to the United States ever since Trump was in office. I haven't gone, that's for sure, because I didn't want to, and then I don't really think I have any desire anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I imagine that the level of ignorance just got even higher. Maybe somebody from the States can correct me if I'm wrong, but
no, well, all the people I know from the United States are quite the opposite like this. I mean, I don't know any redneck like like this. It's just stories I heard from all the bands saying like, "Well, they would say how many ignorants are over there that they think that Spain is a state from Mexico." So it was like, "Fuck yes!" All right,
yeah. They could even pinpoint Canada on a map. No, it's an incredible area where you have people who are incredibly smart, and then you have like the exact opposite. It's an incredible. I'll call it a dichotomy. It's an incredible, dichotomy.
Yeah. But I think it's everywhere. At least in Europe is like this, and especially in Spain is like this. Of course, it's like there are a lot of intelligent and super smart people here, but at the same time, this country is like nowadays is chaos. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so we've chatted about Bleed the Crown. We've chatted about the full 7-length album, Angelus Apatrida. We've chatted about being a band for 20 years. We've chatted about touring with Arch Enemy Sepultura. Oh, man, goodness gracious. We chatted about the guitar tone on the record. We chatted about you guys taking the time and the effort to record real drums, real guitars, and even real bass. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yes, of course. Everything's real. And actually, it's one of my favorite sounds of this album is bass sound right now. We recorded with this new dark glass things. It's incredible. It's the pedal and the amplifier dark glass is like wow. Yeah, perfect new sounds. Yeah. Now the bass is here. So wow. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Potential touring depending on how things happen, but from what you just mentioned, things are not going so well right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I missed, Guillermo, that you wanted to chat about?
I don't know. I really hope that things will be better in the next few weeks, so we could start touring, at least here in Spain. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to tour outside Spain for the rest of the year. But hopefully next year in 2022, we'll make it and we can go touring in North America, United States, and Canada. Mm-hmm. Of course, actually, we got plans for doing this last year. But like touring for the first time in North America. But so yeah, maybe we can do this. And of course, we got this. We are on every social media. We got this Instagram, Facebook, so everybody can just reach us over there. And
okay,
I'm not sure if something missed. Something that you want to ask for?
No. I believe we've chatted about everything that I had a question on. And I thought it was cool from a production standpoint that you guys did everything real. And I know for the average listener, they're probably like, what do you mean it wasn't real? but for those of us who know about especially metal production, and especially over the last 10 years, there's barely even a microphone touching anything now that's coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course that kind of a stupid word with volume and masters. It's like every metal band should sound like louder than everybody, and finally you find that you cannot play anything unless you got super cool speaker systems, because all the masters just sound louder and louder and louder. So this time we decided, and we told Zeus to make the master like even less volume than before, and try to reach this natural and organic sound, like before bed, with a modern sound. I mean, I don't like to make old school productions, because we're not in the 80s, we're in the 2020s. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And of course, I don't want to get misunderstood with the real sound. Of course, everything is real, and technology is here for us. I mean, we should use technology for albums and for metal as well. But in our case, we wanted this time to make things like sound the closer they could sound like they were recorded on a studio. So this is why I decided to try not to use software. Not so. Of course, everything is with software, but not using trigger, not using reamps, not using a lot of effects on vocals, and not effects on solos. Just like this.
Very cool.
I'm really happy with the result. Really.
Yeah. I just found out that at Subway, at the time of recording this, apparently the tuna in their tuna sandwiches actually has no tuna in it. And I guess people are surprised because they want to believe that there's a fast food restaurant out there that is actually healthy, but I'm not surprised. Are you surprised?
No, at all. No, actually not. Is it a tuna sandwich in a gas station, for example? Have you ever been in Europe?
Yes, years ago, but yes, I've been to Europe.
Yeah, it's like tuna in Europe. It's like the food you get if you're out of food, like tuna sandwiches in gas stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you think that they are healthy? They're not.
No,
not at all.
No. And even if it was real, there's a lot of fat in there. It's mostly mayonnaise to keep it all together.
It's only fat, and there's no tuna. There's no fish. Actually, there's no animal. So it actually is vegan. It's vegan food. Vegan plastic.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of food and touring, then, what's your favorite tour food, and what are you looking forward to trying the most coming to North America?
Wow. I love the healthy food. While touring, I don't like fast food. I don't like burgers or kebabs or something like that. And touring, I try to eat as more healthy as I can, like salads and all the stuff. And of course, normally Catherine's in Europe are quite good while touring. But I'm really looking forward when I will go to North America, whether the United States or Canada. I need to eat as much as I can fast food. I know there is a huge different cool foods there, of course, but I'm 37 years old, and watching every single movie, American movie, all this, and I've never been there, so I need to try these big burgers, I need to try these big pizzas, I need to try this big everything just once, and then get back to the healthy food.
That's right, baby. That's right. Because when you come to Canada, we got to feed you butter tarts and sugar pie.
I know. I got many friends there in Canada as well. My friend from 3 Inches of Blood. Of course, they're not playing anymore. But we toured with them. They are from Vancouver. And they were telling us about a lot of healthy foods and a lot of fish from Canada. And I love fish.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're on the coast in Vancouver, then for sure. If you're where I'm at, on the other side of the mountains, where it all comes in frozen, I wouldn't do it.
But it's not even fish from from rivers or...
Yeah. I don't know how much of the fish from rivers we get in the grocery store, to be perfectly honest, but you can go fishing, for sure, and catch it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, most of the commercial fish like salmon and whatnot is going to come from the coast.
Yeah. No, I mean here in Spain we got a lot of great seafood and fish, but mostly all we got is from Norway and from the Atlantic. So it's like the best fish that is caught in Spain is sent to Japan and some other fancy places in the world, and United States as well.
Yeah. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Groovy, sir. Well, that concludes all my questions, and I know it's getting late there, so I want to make sure that you get to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah, no worries.
It is now 12:37 in the morning there.
What?
It's Friday morning over in Spain.
Yes, yeah, really, it's quite late right now. I should go
Wow,
to bed.
It's probably really warm too. It's probably like our summer. Temperature in Spain, 12 degrees Celsius right now.
Yeah, no, but it's actually winter, and we went through a huge winter storm. Like it was snowing for 1 week, and it was quite a hell in Spain.
Wow.
The last week, yeah, we were like minus 10 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah, now it's like more normal winter here in my town. Actually, I live in Albacete. It's like in the southeast of Spain, but yeah, it's winter actually.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your beautiful Friday morning at the time of recording this. We'll be in touch when this is going to air. And then, yeah, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock and Roll Podcast today.
Thanks to you, John. I really appreciate this. And it was very fun to talk to you and your son. Come on. Thank you, really.
Oh, go ahead.